Okay. Back to bringing Galar. Bringing Kalos to Galar. Whoops. Route 9 to Hammerlock. Right, team. It's gonna be against dragon types. And Amora's not ready at all. That's fine. Once I get this badge, I can get the team ready. And that was a duck. Hello, Mordramon. How are you today? Both of the Pokemon I'm gonna use to defeat Rayon are level 69. That is good to hear. Good. Although the pickings for Kalos Pokemon in Sword are isn't as great as in Scarlet and Violet. I at least had access to the starters in Violet and Scarlet. My only fire type Pokemon is Talonflame. It does make things a little difficult. I'm most likely gonna add Xerneas and Yveltal to my party. Take out Sylveon and Gorgeist. Just so I have at least something to balance it out. Oh dear. Oh hey. This guy doesn't even know me and he says that he acknowledges my strength. Weirdo. Of course. Okay. Burb. Come on out, Burb. I haven't messed with Sword and Shield in so long, the motivation for me is usually dead. I mean, understandable. Wow, Burb. Usually you do better than that. Probably should have used Gorgeist anyways. Burb is just a tanky Talonflame. He's just like, yeah, I could take a hit. You're just two floating swords, no big deal. Yes, I will indeed switch my Pokemon. Now I'll bring out Sylveon. It is very weird doing a playthrough with only one Eevee evolution available to me. I'm used to having all of them. Poltergeist. Come on out, Gorgeist. And not having any steel Pokemon was difficult. I mean, I have one. I have Klefki, but... and Honage. But they were not ready in time. So, had to use Gourgeist for the fairy type gym. That was fun. It worked. Which is the good part. Okay. Back to Hammerlock. And finally do this last gym. And I can't believe Pokemon Legends ZA is less than a month away. I am so excited! I hate that I'm actually gonna have to do online ranked battles, because I normally don't do that. From what I've been seeing, it's just been kind of getting better and better. However, the online ranked battles to get the Kalos starter Megastones isn't exactly my most favorite thing in the world. But it's not like... it's not really a big deal. I have a team that I can use. And considering I don't really use them for anything but normal gameplay, it'll probably be a good thing if I transfer them, regardless of not being able to transfer them back. Just means I can only transfer them to future games. And by better game, you mean Time Stranger. Aurea Draco has been telling me about that. I am well aware. I know I am well aware of what people who watch my streams like and dislike. I remember these things for a reason. I already kind of figured that you were gonna skip ZA for Time Stranger anyways. Because why get a game that you're less interested in when you have a game you are interested in coming out at the same time? If I remember correctly, it comes out on the 5th or 6th? I want to keep loving Pokemon, but Game Freak is making it difficult, especially after the mess of I will admit, I do agree. It's why my hopes for Gen 10 are... What's the best way to put it? Let's see, best way to put it. My hopes aren't too high for Gen 10. My hopes are... I have high hopes, but not like I did for Scarlet and Violet. I was impressed with the fact that I was impressed by the fact that they made it so you could do the gyms and the Team Star stuff and the Titans in whatever friggin' order you wanted. Like, there was no... there was none of that, oh, you have to do it in this order. None of that. Like, I really liked that. That I was impressed with. But the whole Team Star story, I didn't like that. If you're gonna do a bad guy team, do a bad guy team. Don't make them don't make it about school bullying. They could have easily done something like an organization that wanted to steal the professor's research or get in the way of the school creating new champions or something like that. I mean, they already made it so Penny hacks all of the hacks the Pokemon League stuff. They could have done a really good thing with that. They could have made it so, like, Penny was, like, the good hacker that would hack to try and stop the bad guys or something. There's so many ways they could have done it. But instead, they just went the school bully route. Arven's storyline, I definitely did not mind at all. The emotional twist to it was honestly great. I liked that they did that a lot. Honestly, SV felt fresh for story. They went for the new approach, having the professor being the antagonist. Wouldn't say a villain, really. It was. Like, the director of the school giving you your first Pokemon, Nimona giving you the Pokedex app, learning that your homeroom teacher is the one that created the app. It was a very different take. Like, I liked how the professor was kind of a recluse, and that when you actually meet him, you realize, oh, the professor died. This is an AI. That I was not expecting at all. Clavel and Jacques are also named after trees, so that solidified their purpose. Yes. Thank God. I wasn't the only person that noticed that. A lot of people complained about how this was the Scarlet and Violet was the first Pokemon game that didn't have the professor or anyone named after trees. I was very happy to see that two characters you see the most of throughout the game, that their names were trees. It only makes sense. Biggest downside of those games, gameplay aside, the second DLC. Yeah, I will agree with that. I did not like that they turned Kieran into a jerk. That is my biggest complaint. And even once he went back to Kieran, that we all love, the shy, adorable one, even after that, he still kept the look of his jerk version, and I hated that. If he went back to the way he was before he became a jerk, he should have looked the way he used to. Because honestly, the whole hiding behind his hair thing is what made him adorable. They had a whole build. They had a whole thing to build up, and they built up that crystal tree being special, and then nothing. Yeah. Yeah, there was that. They even foreshadowed how he might do something to Koraidon or Miraidon, but didn't. I have Chekhov's gonna not fire. Yes, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Also, the fact that the second DLC they send you back to school. They could have done something completely different, but no, they're just like, let's send them to another school instead. It's like they just wanted to introduce characters that you've only heard about in other games. They just literally, let's show them the kids of gym leaders and Elite Four people they've fought in the past. That's basically what I felt like they were trying to do. We'll say though, the biodomes, that was cool. I liked that. Being able to catch the starters was nice. Also, Drayton overly hated. Did he go a little too far at the end? Yes, definitely. But notice so often people brush aside everything he's been trying to do because of that one moment. Even after the story, you can get a conversation with Kieran that confirms he believes Drayton is doing the best thing. Yes, I was absolutely angry when Drayton was getting so much hate. Because it's like, yeah, he went about it the wrong way. But he was doing it with good intentions in mind. Like, he absolutely went way too far. But it was the good intentions that kind of made up for it. Okay, good. I was right with using sidecar to this. And also, when it came to Lacey, one thing I noticed was, like, how do I put this? Lacey was kind of a bitch. Like, they tried their best to make her cuteness overpowered, but if you really look into some of the things that she said, it was she's kind of trying to be a control freak, and it didn't come off nicely. Yeah, Lacey was cute, but that's really all she had going for her. Her attitude wasn't good, like, the fact that Lacey seemed so intelligent and yet she couldn't figure out what Drayton was trying to do. She just absolutely criticized him the entire time, thinking he was just a jerk. Like, she treated him the worst out of the whole Blueberry Elite Four. Like, at one point, Drayton even says, like, Lacey's gonna be mad at me for this and not taking it seriously. Exactly! Like, Lacey is supposed to be, like, the smart one. And then, the girl who has the steel type, she's the calm and collected one, which she was. And, like, once you beat her, the whole thing with her was, please help Kieran. She came off as strict and all that, but deep down, she was a good person. She just wanted Kieran to get help. Lacey seems like she should have been the one trying the most direct methods to get through to Kieran. Yes. Considering her controlling nature and the need for everything to go like a certain way, she absolutely should have been the one to be doing the direct method. I mean, yeah, Drayton kind of did a roundabout way, making you fight through all of them. But in the end, it was his plan that worked. Lacey just let Kieran do whatever the heck he wanted to do. Okay, Crispin is Drayton and Crispin, the two of them. They are my favorite from the second DLC. Drayton, because underneath that cool guy, aloof, doesn't really care about school persona, he's actually a guy with a really good heart. And Crispin, he is an idiot. That is true. I will admit that. But he just wants everyone to be friends again. Like, Crispin is just that innocent kid that hangs out with the serious people. So he kind of... They make him look even dumber than he is, kind of. But he does his own thing, and he just wants everyone to be happy. Like, Crispin doesn't need to be intelligent. He's perfect the way he is. And Drayton is kind of an idiot. But he's more... Thank you for the sub, Star! And hello! I guess so. Chat. Nimona is a character I really didn't care about in the main game. But her meeting and befriending Kieran, retroactively bringing him out of his shell. Yes. Thank you, Cowcidus.
Apparently it's my 4-month anniversary again. Last month it said 4-month anniversary. This month it says 4-month anniversary.
That's weird, and it says 5 months for Star. That's really weird, because you've been subbed as long as Star has. Duck!
Oh, now it says 5.
The fact that the player beating Kieran Crispin gets demoted. Yeah. But we don't really stay there, so, like, that's not our school, so I kind of just chalked it up to be, like, Crispin gets his spot back. But at the same time, Kieran drops out of the Elite Four, so Crispin's spot gets to stay. If Kieran gets booted, then that means Kieran is no longer part of the league, and Crispin's spot is secure. So, Crispin basically got booted and then came back in. Honestly, I don't know. Because, I mean, we leave Blueberry Academy and go back to our school, and then get asked to go back to Kitakame. I honestly don't think Carmen was interested, because she found a new interest in helping little Miss Crazy Lady. And hello, Star. Again. And thank you for the head pat. I like head pats. Mighty Anna can be quite, with the right moveset, Mighty Anna can do damage. Yeah, because normally all... Oh, stretch. Good. Shiny luck is good. I transfer the insanity luck I have to you, so you can have more. Let's put Panda back in first. Alright. That's usually what happens to me, so maybe you already took my shiny luck. Carmen, they tried to go down the route of her being a good sister. If it just wasn't for that little part of she's the main one to blame for Kieran's mentality. Yeah, I feel like the change in Carmen was what do we call it? I think the change in her was kind of a pressure after Kieran changed. Plus, it technically wasn't Carmen that changed Kieran. I mean, he got an obsession with us. Like, him wanting to beat us became an obsession. So technically it was our fault. But at the same time, he knew that his sister was stronger than him. So he felt that he needed to become stronger than both us and Carmen. Which worried her immensely. I think it took back from boyfriend since he always gets 5 shinies on the lake. That sounds like me. I don't think I've ever used anything except a shiny charm. And just ran around and it's just like, ooh, shiny. And then there's the fact that most of my shinies were bred. So no, you keep the shiny Vulpix. I know how much you like Vulpix. Oof. I was not thinking there. Have fun with this. And I have 30 left over. Oh my god. That's crazy. Yes, having 39 tails definitely comes next. Give them all different movesets, and that way you can just have a team of them. Just do my Bidoof run, just with 9 tails. Give them all different movesets. Just do a run with 9 tails and Vulpix only. It is possible. Five different teams of shiny 9 tails right there. Exactly! And if it's the Alolan ones, you can make some just fairy based. And I do believe they learn psychic moves too. Then you can do ones that are like ice based. Some are a mix. Oh, even better! Because if I'm being honest, the move range for the Kanto version has a lot more types than the Alolan one does. And that one I know can use psychic moves. I always thought it was funny that they made, when it came to Alolan Vulpix, they just made it the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I believe the Kanto one can learn more. It can learn a few psychic TMs. Mm-hmm. I didn't see which one he's bringing out, so Panda, have fun. If I think about it, Arvin should have had story in the DLC. Maybe make him part of the expedition down since he has experience in there. To find and study plants while recovering stuff his mother had instead of random stellar Pokemon. Just to make it Paradox Legends, have the tree be relevant, making it where the one who hurt a Boston. Oh. That is an interesting take. Walking Wake or Iron Leaves came up from the depths. Escaped from the depths. And they're the ones who hurt Mabostiff. That would be a very interesting take. Yeah, we knew it wasn't Koraidon or Miraidon. Because all he saw was in Koraidon and Miraidon was his childhood taken away. Because mother/father spent more time caring about it than him. So we know that there was hate for that reason. I mean, finding out what hurt Mabostiff would have been great DLC story. Well, he didn't react to the other Miraidon. All he said was that it gave off bad vibes. Exactly. Arvin thought it was the family reunion, just like Nimona did and stuff. And then he realized something was up and There went that. After it left, he was just like, that thing gave off real bad vibes. And Namona was still standing there completely clueless because she was the only one that didn't notice that. You'd think the class president would be smart and pick up on things. I forgot typing for a second there. Waken leaves would just make enough sense, giving a beating so bad that the Pokemon can't naturally recover properly, leaving a lasting impression. Yeah. Yeah. It would make sense if it was one of the Paradox Pokemon that aren't normally in the wild. Or gouging fire, raging... Exactly. All the ones that... that you can't just find naturally down there. Those would have been the ones to hurt my Bostiff, because then it could be like they kind of escaped or something. Also, how did you get a Hello Ostrich, and how did you get a legit one? I'd lean more towards the ones you can find during... Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm asking legit, because you can't trade a shiny one. It's an event Pokemon. And to be specific, Zeraora, the shiny one, no. No. Not all event Pokemon can be traded. If you can catch the, like... Yes, those are tradable. But the shiny Zeraora, that one is trade locked. All Mew event Pokemon, all Celebi, all Shaman, let's see. All mythical Pokemon, which includes Zeraora, are untradeable. They're all trade locked in-game and Pokemon Home. So, yeah, I would check it out. Yeah, if somebody was able to put it in Pokemon Home trading, then something's up. Okay. The event Pokemon is the only shiny Zeraora. And its trainer name should not be that of the player. It should be whatever Game Freak gave it. if I remember correctly. Yeah, if the name isn't home, then it's not legit. Then that means they made it so it can be traded because I did the event twice on two separate accounts, so I have two. And my friend missed the event and I went to trade it in game like 2 days after the event and it would not let me trade it to her in game. And both of mine were legit. When it comes to event Pokemon, and that was a deck. When it comes to event Pokemon, you gotta be really careful. Because the fact that some are tradable makes it very easy for people to make copies of them. So if the Shiny Zeraora is indeed trade unlocked, and you're able to trade it now, then I'd be very careful. Yeah, I just looked and saw that it is not locked anymore. Which worries me, because that means that the Pokemon copiers have another Pokemon to copy and trade. There are people who made multiple different accounts and got tons of the shiny rune Pokemon, just so they can trade them to others. Yeah, well, they're tradable, so like they were always tradable. Well, yeah, they haven't released the last one yet. Aren't we all? If it's the 19th, then yes. Nope, tomorrow. It becomes available tomorrow. I have gotten each one at exactly midnight when they were released. So, I would have had it by now. I can go into Pokemon Home right now and look. If it is available, then that means they released it early. No. The fish is not available for claiming yet. And now I will go to the actual event page. I check Cerebi every single morning when I wake up. So that's how I know everything that happens. Like, I will spend hours on Cerebi. There has not been any information whatsoever on Pokemon News or Cerebi News about claiming the fish. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish this battle, and we can look at mine. You both all get out there and destroy this thing. Let's see if I can remember where mine is, though. Oh my god, is this guy still not done? Alright, fine. Let me see if my Zeraora is in Pokemon Home through my phone. Just for all I know, it could be in one of my save files. Do 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 do. Nope, it's in home. Alright. Ostrich! Do you see any... I will say this, the stats on this thing are really wonky. Can you tell... Can you tell what ribbons it has? Because mine has a ton, so I can't tell. I've used it in a lot of things. So, mine kind of has a ton. Zero aura, where are you? Where is it? Damn, was it really that long ago? Like, I know it was 5 years ago, but damn. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it would be sword and shield. Cerebi ain't telling me. Well, that's two of the... If it has the classic one... And then at least... we can assume... it's legit. And it is level 100. Yes, at level 100. I will say the stats on it are bugging me. Usually event Pokemon don't have wonky stats like that. They're usually very evened out. But there's always the possibility that they used it and gave it a mint or reset the stats. Only thing I could think of is stats were reset and they made it to the way they wanted. The fact that they made the stats like that is really shitty. I'll show you mine. Mine, may I add, is not EV or IV trained. That is how I got it. I didn't even change the moveset. I just kept it as is. Funny thing is, I kept meaning to change the moveset too. But I don't EV or IV train. But do you see why I said the stats are wonky? And it's bugging me? Like, the stats that mine have are what I got it at. Which is insane because I've never seen an event Pokemon with stats like that. But that's what home gave me. Oh, it seemed like the one person willing to give you the shiny Zeraora is somebody that messed up the stats bad. I don't EV or IV train at all. If you reset them. I mean, you can reset the stats and do them the way you want. Those are... Like, I don't EV or IV train. And that's bugging me. Like, what? The HP is so damn low. And the base points are just wonky as heck. Like, why decrease? Like, that special defense, oh my god. Like, I'm not usually into stats and stuff like that, but that's just wonky as all heck. Like, I haven't used my Zeraora in a long time. And the only thing I could think of that I possibly did was give it a few carbos. That's it. But like, the thing already hit like a truck, so... You'd be surprised, but electric Pokemon are actually one of the types that have high speed. Another type of Pokemon that has high speed is flying types. And a good portion of fighting types are also high speed. I mean, it actually makes sense. Way to be sarcastic, Mordramon. Oh dear. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, Electro Ball is one of the biggest things for electric type Pokemon. Faster they are, the stronger it is. Let's see, do I have any electric types? Yeah. Special attack and speed are his best. Ostrich, they meant Electro Ball because the higher the speed, the stronger it is. Like, that's the whole point behind Electro Ball. Electro Ball is solely based off of speed. And if you had, like, it's actually kind of funny because if you had, any kind of low speed, Electro Ball would be basically useless. I have a Plusle on my 3DS that's just ridiculous. It's got agility and Electro Ball. So Ostrich, the thing about Electro Ball is it requires high speed to actually do anything. It's why it's an electric move. Cause I just looked at my Heptile because I got curious. My Heptile's speed stat is 52, and all of its other stats are just like 30. Around the early 30s. Yeah, electrics are 2 of the fastest. Hey, Regieleki is friggin' one of the Reggies for a reason. I mean, and when I say flying types are one of the fastest, I mean this. This friggin' thing. This was just like, I wanna go vroom. Like, he didn't want anything slow. Like, my Talonflame was just like, yep, screw this. Like, his stats are just, they're all speed based. Like, why is his speed 177? Like, his HP and his speed stat just outclass everything else. Why does a Talonflame need to be that fast? Like, why did I even put Flame Charge on him with that kind of speed? Now I know I messed with his... Yep. Yep. Another prime example of a flying type. Yeah, Talonflame won't stand a chance against my Yveltal, though. This thing is built to destroy. What's up? Yveltal events and Xernes events and Zygarde events were X and Y, not Sun and Moon. There was a shiny Zygarde event for Sun and Moon, but that was about it. Yeah, they never they did an event for shiny Yveltal. Yeah, it's entirely possible that someone used Pokebank and put their Yveltal from their X and Y game into it. So that is entirely possible. But at the same time, you would have had to... Unless they did it before ever starting the game. There was an old event in Gen 7, the Year of the Legends. It led up to Shiny Zygarde being... That event, it was at level 50. So it wouldn't have been level 100. I'm trying to think of the one that would have been level 100. And honestly, nothing comes to mind. I mean, I can look it up on Cerebeat, but I don't know if... I don't think it was Sun and Moon era. Munchlax, Tapu Koko, Regigigas, Hitterin. Nope. Not in internet events. Let's see. Serial codes. Nope. Nope. More Tapu Koko, Charizard, Hat Pikachu, Lycanroc. More Hat Pikachu. Mew-ho. Shiny Sylvani, Cerebi, Dialga-Palkia. A serial code event in 2018, but it was at level 60. So, not level 100. Now, let's see. With Ultra Sun and Moon. Serial code event for Ultra Sun and Moon. It was a level 100. But considering you have no idea how you got it, I highly doubt you went out and got a serial code for it. And that was in 2018. But the question is, did you go out to get a serial code for it? Because that's the only way to get the event level 100 non-shiny Yveltal. Come to think of it, I think that Yveltal is still on my 3DS. I didn't transfer all legendaries. Oof. That's gonna be a pain. Getting a battery fixed for a 3DS is a pain. Because it's like, it's not like you can just bring it to GameStop or something and be like, help! Because they won't have that stuff in stock anymore. They don't even have the 3DS games in stock. Although you could get another charger. You can see if a different charger works, because, I mean, I always make sure to take care of everything. Make sure it doesn't get destroyed, yet I still needed to get another charger. Okay, then not the charger. Definitely the battery. Honestly, with how much I have used my 3DS and DS, I am shocked the battery still friggin' works. Yeah, that's worrisome. Usually they stop announcing things for games and they'll just repeat things that have already been announced. Because they don't want to give too much away. At the rate they're going, everyone's gonna know what the game is before playing it. Who should I start out with? 'Cause, I mean, it will likely be Marnie first, and then Hop. Start out with Diancie. Girl hasn't been able to play all game. I mean, yeah. And I showed my Yveltal's stats earlier, and yeah. Both shiny Yveltals are like that. Both of them. So if I put both of them in this game, I could probably win the game, win this whole thing with just 2 Yveltals. Yeah, I do really wonky movesets. So, I don't need to get Pokemon to level 100. You would have thought I would, if you were around for if you were around for my All Bidoof run back in Pokemon Legends, you would immediately, before, like, on the first stream of it, you would have been like, this ain't gonna work. A lot of people thought it wasn't gonna work. But then a little Bidoof cult formed, and it was just kind of got weird from there, but gave them each a different moveset, and voila. Wonky movesets are kind of my thing. Yep, and now you know one more. That's not hard. You can make Solrock tanky as heck. And especially if you have the right moveset based on the game. Oh yeah. Let's see, Solrock, considering the gym leaders and all the people you come across in the league. Yeah, it's absolutely doable. I have actually thought about doing a run with Pokemon that are just, like, items. Like Chandelure. Like that kind of thing. Chandelure, Trubbish. That kind of, Honedge. Just items. And then I also thought about doing a run of food Pokemon. Like Diane's, Alcremie, Vanillite, Slurpuff. That kind of thing. I mean, I guess I would have to put Slowpoke in there, considering Slowpoke tails, but Like, I mean, I could do a ghost Pokemon run so you can see how it can go. I've done Psychic. I've done Puppy. I've done Rabbit. That was a fun one. I titled that run Power of My People. I enjoyed the bunny run. I had three Pokemon on my team named Floppity, Loppity, and Hoppity. Naming them was fun. And I still have to do my bear run. The bear run and the horse run. Still gotta do those. There's a lot of runs I still have to do because I still haven't done the kitty run. Those are other kinds of runs where you're very limited to what you can use. Like, when you're limited, I like those kind of challenges. The ones where you're limited. Huh. This Hop's a maniac. Alright, let's see. Who are we gonna start out with Hop? Diancie got Marnie. Why not? Give them all turns. Poor Zygarde. He's not level 100. I thought about putting my complete Zygarde in here. And I'm just like, that might be a bad idea. Because he is Eevee and Ivy trained. Like, he does not have a clear spot on his stat sheet. It is just stats outside of the lines on all fronts. I think he was actually like the first Pokemon I ever actually Eevee and Ivy trained, honestly. My shiny Gardevoir kind of Eevee and Ivy trained itself. Because I use it so dang much. Up, I apologize for putting the pretty Pokemon out first. And I wanted to. Cernus didn't really get its chance to shine yet. Yeah, I'll keep her up. I mean, I understand it. It's the official uniform of the league. And you're not a gym leader. So, like, you can't wear the one you want. See, when it comes to like headgear and glass and stuff, like headgear or backpacks. Actually, I understand why they don't have backpacks, but oh right, I was gonna use just Xerneas. Oh well. Sparkly attack. But like, we could at least have a cape, like Leon. They could have given us that option. I just realized we do need to bring Panda out at least once. But I say we start a we start a revolt. Or no, we start a quest. We start a quest to steal Leon's cape. I mean, I put out Panda. I put out Panda for Snorlax. Although Panda's something else. Panda was my starter. So, I had to get him out here at least once. That is very true. Bye, Snorlax. You tried. Who next? Oh right, I was just gonna keep Xerneas out. And I continue doing that. And it's not just any legendary, it's a shiny one. My shinies, I don't have a shiny, a shiny 10% Zygarde. So I have a shiny complete and a shiny 50%, but not a shiny 10. And I don't know where. The shiny 10% is somewhere. Because I have it, just not in Pokemon Home. Might be in Pokemon Bank. Sorry, Hop. But I gotta represent Kalos here. And what better way to represent Kalos than using the legendaries? Since friggin' Burb. AK Talonflame is the only fire type in Sword when it comes to the Kalos region Pokemon. I could use one of the legendaries, but what's the point when I have Panda and Burb? I gotta give them some time in the spotlight. But yeah, why don't we ever get a champion style outfit? Like Leon's uniform is totally different than the gym challenge one. So why don't we get some champion type uniform? Your emote just bounced off my head and across the screen. That was the perfect drop of an emote. Like, I know it's random where it falls, but oh man, that was the perfect one. I don't think I've ever had an emote bonk me on the head that perfectly before. Because Pokemon Company hates us. I mean, I did hear one of the things I'm really excited for is the extensive character creation in Legends ZA. Oh, it's so extensive. Like you can literally just pick the most normal look possible when you start the game, and the next thing you know, it's like you're a totally different character. The fact that we've got the full outfit change is nice. It's like they brought back the character customization from Sun and Moon, just with extra oomph. Like, I can't wait for the character creation. And I am going to make damn sure that I get all outfits. I may not do that on the streaming file, but on the personal one, definitely. Yeah, see, that's why I'm excited for ZA when it comes to character creation. The amount of hairstyles that they're putting into the game is insane. Hairstyles, clothing, it just... Oh my god. I'm so excited. And I love Nintendo, but them trying to patent summoning monsters is ridiculous. Ah, agile. Alrighty, let's see here. Do 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 do. It's funny how Diancie is my slowest Pokemon. That still hits first. Do 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 do. Alright. Freedom. Okay. That's a deck. Marnie, you're here because you're my other rival. And how does Alina know? Oh, right, she's evil. I could literally say where he's gonna hide right now. Meh. It was their first attempt at a free world Pokemon game. But they kind of had a habit of keeping the order thing in, so it wasn't really free world. Thus, the story was kind of meh. But I mean, at least you encountered Team Yell all over the place. Like, the typical bad guy teams. Whereas Scarlet and Violet, you had to go to them. Which I found annoying. Okay. With that, I will do finding the guy taking down Alina. Laters. Team Yelling ain't even a bad guy team, just a bunch of monster drinkers with the leader who ain't even asking for any of the nonsense. It is very true. It's very true. Which is, like, I don't even mind that they're not a bad guy team because you run into them everywhere and they annoy you and stop you from going places. Like, that's how the bad guy teams are supposed to be. You just run into them and they put a halt to the story. You're not supposed to go find them. But yes, I will continue this later. True. But I will continue this later. And so I will see you all then. Thank you all for coming. And I'll see you later. Bye.